All right, welcome to the virtual class. This is for Wednesday's movement plan, February 27th. Had to double check that. As always, there are 4 phases. We're going to start with the warm-up. I'm going to cut in the standard warm-up video for you to enjoy. If you've got your own warm-up, your way to get your mind and body ready for exercise, go ahead and skip it. And then we'll see you when we start scoring the movements. Otherwise, do it with me. Make sure we're ready to start. So here's the warm-up. We'll see you at the flip side. Every good movement plan starts with a warm-up. I've got mine, and I'm going to share it with you now, and I welcome you to do it with me. If you already have your own, please do yours. Anything's fine as long as it gets your mind and body ready to do the exercise. I like to start with my hands out, thumbs forward, and do some small arm rolls to the front. Keep them small and tight, and you're just working those small muscles, getting them warmed up. And we're going to take the thumbs and point them back and do small circles to the back. Again, nice tight small circles. You can feel the little muscles and connectors starting to warm up. Okay, now I want you to open up your palms, face them forward, and we're going to tilt side to side. Try and increase your range of motion as you're going back and forth. Also, go ahead and widen your stance a touch in the middle. This will slightly change the way this movement affects your warm-up. Okay, now we're going to twist the entire torso. So I want your arms out and just spin one way and then spin the other. I'm really coming up on my back foot, up onto the toe, as I try and extend twist in each direction, extending the range of motion. Then we're going to do the chicken wings. So the arms are going to open and close. You can feel this in your chest and your back. Kind of loosening up those muscles. Heart's starting to pump a little bit. And then the next motion with your hands, you're going to start with them by your side. One goes forward and one goes back. And they meet up above you. And then just come back down and up the other way. So you're doing large circles in opposite directions. And you can start to speed that up a little. And I like to put a little dip into it. And each time I maybe get a little bit deeper. Starting to get my whole body into it now. All right, now we're going to take it up to the top. Neck rolls one direction. And we'll take it the other way. Okay, let's take it down to the shoulders. We're going to roll them forward. So scrunch them up, rotate them forward, lower them as much as you can to bring them back. We'll go the other direction, backwards rolls. Loosening up everything around your shoulder and necks. Okay, next thing we're going to do a shoulder roll. So try and hold your hips still and rotate just the upper torso around. And of course we'll do this the other way too. Okay, let's take it a little further down. Now try and hold your shoulders still over your ankles, and just your hips are going to move. Rotate those in one direction. And then we'll switch it and go the other way. Okay, now we're going to take it all the way down your knees. So try and hold your hips still, and your knees are going to rotate in one direction. Really exaggerate that such that your ankles are flexing as well. And then we'll take it the other way. Okay, now that we're down here in the legs, we're going to take one leg and pick it up. If you'd like to hold onto a chair or a wall for extra balance, feel free to do so. I'm going to hold my leg and we're going to do ankle rolls one way. And then back the other way. And then point and flex that toe. Now we're just going to swing this leg. Again, hold on to the chair or the wall if you need to. We're just swinging that leg back and forth. And we're going to do the same thing on the other leg now. So bring this up. Ankle rotation one way. Ankle rotation the other way. And then point and flex that toe. Then we're going to go ahead and swing this leg. Okay, we're almost done with the warm-up. What we're going to do is get a nice wide stance with the toes pointed forward, lunge out to one side. We'll just feel that stretch. Hold it for a second. And now what I want you to do is point your toes in the direction that you're lunging, but hold that lunge still. So we're just changing that stretch, getting different parts of the legs. Okay. Let's bring toes back to pointing forward, and we'll take the lunge out to the other direction. Toes remain pointing forward. We'll hold that out there for a little bit. And now what I want you to do is point your toes in the direction that you're lunging. Okay, so that's a good dynamic warm-up. What I want you to do is take another minute and on your own, get anything you feel might be a little tight, a little stiff, and really start getting your head and your body ready, because we're going to jump into scoring some movements next. Keep moving. All right, I hope the warm-up went well. Now we're going to get into scoring some movements. We've got 4 in the movement plan today. The first one being the deadlift. So what this movement is all about is keeping your body weight on your heels and lifting a load off the ground. It could be a kid, it could be a bag of groceries, what have you. Proper form on this one, not only when you're doing the deadlift, but in the rest of your life, will really help you avoid injury and make sure you can keep moving as long as possible. So the important thing to remember is the stance. I want the stance to be slightly wider than shoulder width apart with your toes pointed slightly outwards. And you're going to begin this movement where you've got your arms are straight the entire time. And like the squat, your body weight is on your heels the entire time. And you're going to simply come down with the load here. I've got 0 load, which is level 1. I like to hold a tennis ball, which I don't have at the moment, but a tennis ball or something light is fine. And back up. So down until the thighs are parallel to the ground, and back up for a rep. Okay? Level 2 is with a partial load, and level 3 is with 20 pounds for men or 12 pounds for women. So I've got my load here. I'll be using partial load to demonstrate. Whatever load's right for you at home, you do that. Remember, if you get tired, stop and shake it out. If you get to the point where you want to drop a level and keep going, that's all right too. Every rep counts towards your score. So I'll start the timer for 2 minutes, and we're going to score this as many reps as you can get done in 2 minutes. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So loads here, arms are straight, body weight on my heels the whole time, keeping my chest up and my back straight. Just getting some nice reps. Full range of motion. My stance is slightly wider than what I use for the squat. You find what's comfortable for you. My arms stay straight the whole time. It's not an arm lift by any means. It's a dead weight, hence the name deadlift. So no arm lifting whatsoever. This is just all about leg strength and core strength. My erector muscles in my back as part of my core, they're engaged. They're making sure my chest is up, and they're avoiding all kinds of injuries by doing proper form here. 45 seconds in. Let me emphasize the form, and it's so important with the deadlift as it is with really every movement we do. Body weight's on your heels. Lift with the chest up and the back straight, driving through those heels. If you're coming up on your toes, a couple fixes, maybe make your stance a little wider, but make sure that body weight's staying on your heels. You're getting nice full range of motion. We have 43 seconds left. So now form's more important than ever in this final minute as we're wrapping it up. Make sure you're driving down through those heels with the chest up. Every rep counts. I'm doing all mine at level 2 here with this partial load. If it gets too heavy, I may drop it and do 0 load. And those reps would still count. 20 seconds left. Excellent job at home. Again, on the way down, my butt goes back. My body weight's on my heels. And at the top, I'm standing all the way straight with that load just right in front of my hips. Arms are straight. 3, 2, 1, stop. Excellent job with the deadlift. So if you have the iPhone app, go ahead and slide the slider bars out at whatever level you did to indicate the number of reps. Capture that. If you're just keeping score at home on a piece of paper, great way to do it too. Record your number of reps. Grab a little bit of water. I'll start talking about the second movement we're going to score today. That is the walking lunge. So 3 levels at this movement. Level 1 is assisted and partial stride. So the idea here is taking a big step out, making sure this knee doesn't go in front of your toe, and then using in this case, the PVC pipe. You can use a broomstick, a cane, a lacrosse shaft, stick shaft, a hockey stick. Use that for both balance and support, and come back up for a rep. Each step counts as a rep. So level 2 is a partial stride. Level 1 is the partial stride. Level 2 is a complete stride. So I'm doing the same thing until my back knee touches the ground. Still using this PVC pipe for assistance, and up for the rep, and then I just keep going. Back knee touches the ground, front knee does not extend beyond the toe for a second rep. And then level 3 is going to be unassisted full stride. So down until my back knee is touching the ground, and I drive up and step into the next rep for 2. Now I'm a little confined because of the frame of the camera. I'll go back and forth here at home. You can keep going in a straight line for a while, turn around and come back. Whatever you want. You string these together. This is a good one to shake out, especially following the deadlift. If you need to pause and rest during the 2 minutes, feel free. It's as many reps as you can get in 2 minutes. All right, I'll get the timer going. We'll knock out some walking lunge reps. Every stride counts as a rep. Go. So that's 1, 2. You keep doing these at home. You can keep going that straight line. I'm going to turn around just to stay in the frame. 3. I'll stop counting because it probably throws you off at home. But I'm making sure that, again, form so critical. Each step, my front knee is not extending out beyond my toe. If it looks like it is, I want to take a wider stride, a wider step out. And I want to keep my body weight back on the heel of this front leg, not up on the toe. So that's a great way to make sure you're not extending too far. And then you're just driving up and into that next stride and up. So I'm doing level 3 here. We're 45 seconds in. You know, I'm feeling it a little bit, so I'm going to grab that pole and use it as an assist device and be doing a few at a level 2 here. So I'm getting the full stride in. Back knee is touching the ground. But the pole is just helping me with both balance and some of my body weight as I come up out of the walking lunge. Okay, 50 seconds left. If you need to shake it out for a second, feel free. Every rep counts towards your score. Great job. We have 35 seconds left. Really focus on that form. Drive up on the heel of that lead foot. Sound effects help as you're stepping up. 20 seconds left. Shake it out as you need it. This is one where I maybe even pull the knee to the chest for a little stretch. And we have 8 seconds left. I'm going to get a few more in. Finish strong on this one. 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, excellent job. As always, score it on the iPhone by sliding those bars out. We'll capture your score. You'll know where you are now and how you're making progress. Or just keep track at home if you don't have the iPhone app. And we'll start getting ready for the third movement we're going to score. That is the hip opener. Now this is by design following those first 2 we did. A great way to make sure your hips aren't getting cramped, the muscles aren't getting too tight. Level 1 of the hip opener, while you're having a sip of water, is using a wall for support. Level 2 of the hip opener is using a PVC pipe as support. It's a little less stable than the wall, a little bit harder. And then level 3 of this is unassisted, but the movement is the same in all 3. You're gonna, with your toes pointing forward, lift a leg up till the thigh's parallel, open it 90 degrees, put it down, shift your weight over, and have the other leg join it. And that is 1 rep. And then I just come back to where I started, and that would be 2 reps. Okay? So scoring this is as many reps as you can complete in 2 minutes. I'm going to start the timer. We'll knock out some hip openers. 3, 2, 1, go. Up and out. Making sure your thighs parallel with the ground when it's moving and that you open them 90 degrees before closing it back. Come back the other way. And each time your foot moves and the other foot joins it, that's a rep. So that would have just been my third. Coming back to where I started is my fourth rep. So both legs move for a rep, but each time you change 90 degrees, it counts as a rep by itself. This is great for the balance, great for that hip strength. It's loosening those hips up, making sure your muscles aren't cramping. You'll feel a little bit more in your core and your hip flexor, and that's fantastic. I had a user say they actually use a ball, I'll show you how, to really help them keep honest. So they'll start here and make sure they're clearing that ball with their feet. Helps them get the 90 degrees and helps them get the thigh up to make it parallel to the ground. Great trick, appreciate that user, who asked to remain anonymous. But do appreciate the feedback. Just under 50 seconds left. Every rep counts against your FitDex score. If you need to shake it out for a second, feel free. We have 40, just under 40 seconds left. This is our third of 4 movements today that we'll score. You're doing a great job. I try and plan for about a minute in between movements. If you need more time to rest and recover before the next movement, that's great. Just pause the video, and when you're ready, kick the video back in and we'll move on to that next movement. We have 10 seconds left, 10 seconds left. Get a couple more in. Don't lose the form, don't lose the range of motion. It's about doing it properly. 2, 1, and stop. Great job with the hip openers. So as with the other movements, again, score it on the iPhone app just by sliding that bar out on whatever level you did your reps at, or keep track at home. Get yourself a sip of water, and I'll start talking about the fourth movement we're going to score today, the thruster. Okay, this is my personal favorite. After the deadlift and after the walking lunge, this one is going to be earned today. It's a hard one. But this is the load that starts at the chest. So I'm going to bring the ball up with a nice proper lift technique. Starting here at the chest, I'm going to go down into the squat. Ever so important to keep my body weight on my heels. So my bottom is going backwards first, down, and then I'm going to thrust up and overhead and back down for the rep, okay? So that's the movement. Level 1 is 0 load, level 2 is partial load, and level 3 is the prescribed load, 20 pounds for men, 12 pounds for women. As many reps as you can score in 2 minutes. I'll get the timer going. We'll knock out some thrusters. 3, 2, 1, go. Now the elbows up under the load really help me by keeping my body weight on my heels. Elbow up under the load, keeps my chest up, keeps my back straight. Because of the load, there's more risk of being pulled up onto your toes, of being pulled forward and losing that center of gravity, or having the center of gravity shift forward. That's what you have to compensate for and make sure your body weight's staying on your heels throughout the whole movement. I can wiggle my toes during the whole movement. Now this is a tough one because we did the walking lunges and we did the deadlift prior to this. If having scored this in the past, if your score comes down, that's okay. It's all about making progress, training your body, different environments. Sometimes you might be tired when you score a movement, and that should be reflected in your score. Sometimes you're fresh. Either way, it's okay. We've got a minute left. A minute left here. Nice full range of motion. It's okay as you get comfortable with it, start going a little bit faster. But just don't sacrifice that form. Keep the body weight on your heels. Your knees are tracking out over your toes. Your chest is up, your back is straight. I know I say the same thing over and over with these kinds of squat-like movements, but it is so important to keep the form right. All the benefit accrues that way. All right, we have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. I'm using the excuse to talk about form, really just to rest and shake it out, but I'm gonna get back here and work hard for the last little bit, making sure my form's right, keeping my body weight on my heels, full extension at the top, and back down. Keeping that load right up against my chest. I don't want it out here while I'm doing it. That'll pull me forward. Literally tuck it under that chin against the chest. And time. All right. Great job with the thruster. As with all the movements, go ahead and score those on the iPhone app. Grab a drink of water, and the next thing we're going to do is the challenge. Okay, it's a Tabata challenge, high intensity training. I'll run the clock. I'll be right back after setting up the gym, and we'll knock out the Tabata. All right, the challenge involves a Tabata exercise against 3 movements. Movement number 1 is the push-up, number 2 the sit-up, and then the third Tabata will be against the squat. So it's 4 minutes per each movement, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. The scoring is going to be the total number of reps we complete, all during the 4 minutes of the push-up, during the 4 minutes of the sit-up, and then finally during the 4 minutes of the squat. No rest in between each one. It's going to take us 12 minutes to complete today's challenge. I'll run the clock. You get ready with the push-up, level 1 against the wall, level 2 from the knees, level 3 from the toes. Doesn't matter what level you're doing it at, you choose your level. That's how you handicap it. Every rep counts as part of the challenge score. Sound good? All right, let's get it going here. Push-ups first, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm down to doing level 3 here. Nice full range of motion, making sure I'm locking out at the top. You keep doing push-ups while I move this clock slightly. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, so now we just keep adding those reps. If you want to write it down during the 10-second rest, feel free, but every rep counts. 2, 1, work. So here's the second work session of push-up. Form is more important than how many you get done, so don't be cheating on the form. Move that body as a plank, full extension on your arms. Great job. 3, 2, 1, rest. So that's 2 work sessions down, 2 rests, 1 minute in. Here we go with work number 3 on the push-up. 2, 1, go. Nice full range of motion. Straight arms at the top, all the way down and up again for the rep, keeping that body nice and straight, moving it as a single plank. And 3, 2, 1, rest. This is a good one to shake it out during those 10 seconds because the muscles start to get tired. Keep trying to get as many reps as you can in each 20-second work period. 2, 1, work. After this, we're going to be halfway done with the push-up. It goes quickly. You get tired and your muscles are sore. You do what you can at whatever level you can. And do some at level 2 here from the knees, but notice the straight line. 2, 1, rest. And shake it out. Okay, halfway done with the push-up now. Great job at home. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, work. Notice the straight line from my knees to my shoulders. So I'm still getting a full range of motion on my arms. My whole body still moving as a plank with my core engaged. Two, 1, rest. Excellent job at home. Shake it out some more. Here comes work number 6, round number 6 on the push-up. 2, 1, go. I just keep my running tally in my head as to how many push-ups I've done. Every rep is part of the score for today's challenge. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we only have 2 more work sessions against the push-up. Then we're going to go from there straight to the sit-up. 3, 2, 1, work. Excellent job at home. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we got one more push-up. Get as many reps as you can. Everyone counts against your score. After this, we go straight to the sit-up. 3, 2, 1, go. Against the wall is great. All the push-up reps count. 5 seconds left. Get a couple more in if you can. 2, 1, rest. Okay, just keep the reps going. We're gonna go over to sit-ups. I'll show you level 3 here. Level 2 is with anchored feet. Level 1 is just crunches. And go. Go on the sit-ups. Many sit-ups as you can complete in 2 minutes. Or excuse me, 20 seconds, rather. I've got that number of reps in my head. I just keep counting. I keep adding on. Everything's incremental. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, 7 more sit-up sessions now. Resting, getting my head, and 2, 1, go. Great job at home. Those push-up muscles that were so sore, those are long forgotten. Displaced by the sore abs. 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Here I like to stretch a little bit during the rest periods. And 3, 2, 1, work. Excellent job. 3, 2, 1, rest. I'll even go to the extreme of flipping over and getting a little ab stretch like this. And get right back into it. 2, 1, go. This will be halfway done with the sit-ups and halfway done with the whole challenge. So you're doing great, 6 minutes in. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, that's halfway through on the sit-ups. I need a mat to be doing my sit-ups on. I'll get one for next time. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, level 2 is with this full motion. Hands touch your head above the ground and up, but your feet are anchored at level 2. And level 1 is with your feet anchored, just a nice simple crunch. Every rep counts towards your challenge score. And rest. Okay, we're over halfway done with the sit-ups. Your goal is to work for that entire 20 seconds. It doesn't even matter what level, as long as you're working. 2, 1, go. Trying to get as many sit-up reps as you can. Rest during the 10-second rest. It's really a 20-second sprint. It's meant to be really wearing you down, tiring. And that's okay. If you're only getting a couple reps, that's fine too. And 2, 1, rest. Okay, we got 2 left against the sit-up. 2 left. Excellent job at home. 3, 2, 1, go. Every rep counts. I'm gonna shift to my modified level 1, only because I don't have my couch or my buddy holding my feet down for me. But these count as reps too. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, one more against the sit-up, and after this we're gonna go straight to the squat for the final 4 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, those reps just keep adding up, keep growing. Your score is the total number of reps that you complete. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, now we're gonna switch. One more Tabata left, it's the squat. Body weight's on your heels. Level 1's arm assist, level 2's chair assist, level 3 is air squats, and go. Body weight's on your heels. Begin with the bottom going backwards. Really keeps your body weight on those heels. Your chest is up, your back is straight. Down until the thighs parallel with the ground and up until you're standing straight. You get a lot of reps here as long as the form's good, and rest. Okay, now we've transitioned to the squat. We have 7 left, 3.5 minutes to go. 3, 2, 1, go. I put my arms out in front because what that does is counterbalances the effect of having my body weight on my heels. It feels like I'm gonna fall backwards, and that's a good thing. I want that body weight on my heels, driving through my heels, keeping my chest up and my back straight. 2, 1, rest. Okay, 6 left. This is where you really earn that score. You can get a lot of reps, walk, pay attention to that form, and go. Every one of these counts. So make sure you're getting full range of motion, down until your thighs parallel to the ground, up until your body line's straight. Body weight's on your heels, chest is up. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, here's the 4th one, 4th of 8. After this one, we're halfway through with the squat and 5/6 of the way through with the whole challenge. Go. Great job at home. Remember, weight on the heels. Wiggle those toes. Chest is up. Back is straight. Full range of motion. And rest. Okay, we're halfway done with the squat. For these last 2 minutes of working, last 4 sessions, form, form, form. 2, 1, go. Body weight's on your heels. Chest is up, back is straight, full range of motion. Great job. Great job at home. Remember, each rep counts. Keep that score going in your head or write it down in between work sessions. And rest. Okay, we got 3 left. 3 20-second sprints. We're gonna work for 1 more minute. 3, 2, 1, go. Excellent job at home. Here at the end of the Tabata, you should be breathing pretty heavy. You should be feeling all the exercises we did in the score phase, making each rep harder, but each one more earned. And rest. Okay, we got 2 left. 2 left. Have a number in your head and hit that. Don't stop until you get there. And go. Works number 7. Two, 1, rest. Okay, it's the last one, 20 seconds. Work through the whole thing. Get every rep in you can. This is it. 2, 1, go. Don't sacrifice form. Make them beautiful. Make each one count. Do this with a buddy. Let them watch you. You watch them. Great way. Keep going. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. And stop. Woo! Great job with the challenge. You know, I talk about myself coaching more than doing, but even just doing the few that I did with you, I am winded. I can feel it. So I know you did a whole lot more reps than me. Go ahead and slide that slider bar out and capture the number of reps you did in total across all 3 movements, across all 24 work sessions that we had. You worked for 24 different 20-second work sessions. Great job with that. Get some water. I'm going to insert the cool down video at the very end. So make sure you do some kind of cool down, either with me in the video or on your own. As I said, drink some water, and great job with the challenge. We'll see you at Friday's movement plan. Remember, keep moving. Great job with the movement plan today. There's one more thing, the cool down. You have earned this. Let's start by sitting. Our feet are 90 degrees apart, and we're going to take it out towards one side, reaching down towards that toe if you can reach your toe, I want you to pull on it so your calf is being stretched, your hamstrings being stretched. Take some deep breaths. We're just kind of winding down, getting our pulse back down, our body starting to relax. We're making sure our muscles are stretched. Do the same thing out to the other side. I'm sure you've just done a great job scoring against some movements, setting a new personal best. I'm sure you kicked some butt in the challenge. Hopefully you're going to tell your friend about how well you did. Make sure he or she does it too. Okay, I want you to reach with one hand towards that foot, but the other hand comes over your head and towards the opposite foot. You get it kind of twisting and lateral stretch all at the same time. If your buddy hasn't done the challenge yet, make sure you ride them until they do. It's more fun when you've got a few friends doing it with you. And let's do it the opposite way. So right hand towards your left foot, and the left hand comes up and over towards that right foot. Some nice deep breaths. Okay, legs straight out in front of you. Pull one foot in, crossing the leg over, and just give that ankle a nice twist. And let's give that knee a nice hug. Pull that in as hard as you can. You really feel it in your hamstring and your glute. And then go ahead and put your elbow on the outside of that knee and twist your body away from it. All right, now we need to do the same thing on the other side. So let's pull the other leg in, give it a little ankle twist. Now, as you're starting to recover and getting ready for the next movement plan, one of the things I want you to do is drink a lot of water. Go ahead and hug that knee. The water really helps with your body and recovery, getting all the toxins out, getting your muscles ready, and you get the most effect out of your workout if you hydrate well, both before and after. So knee goes on the outside, elbow on the outside of the knee rather, and twist away. Okay, now we're going to go into the cobra position, really stretch out the abdominals and the hip flexors. So starting from the push-up position, you're going to really arch that back. Now, I would never want you to do this during the push-up, but as a stretch, it's wonderful. Go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. You can really feel that all through the front of your body. Nice deep breath. Now we're going to take it up into downward dog, or an upside down V. Try and make your legs as straight as they can be, your arms and back as straight as they can be, and get your bottom up in the air. I'm feeling this in my calf muscles, my shoulder blades, and pretty much everything in between. All right, we're going to take it up to standing now. Get a little stretch in the upper body. So start with your right arm and pull it across your body. And then with your left arm, pull it towards you. Take a nice deep breath. All right, then we're going to take our left arm across our body, pull that towards you. And now your right hand, bring this up and down on the small of your back. And with your left hand, grab that right elbow, pull it down. Nice standing tall, deep breath. And we'll do it the same with the left hand going behind your head. Your right hand grabbing that left elbow, pulling down. Then one last stretch, interlock your fingers, take them straight up and over your head, and just reach. Make yourself as tall as you can. Elongate everything. Big deep breath. And let it out nice and slow. Fantastic job with today's movement plan. As I said, make sure you drink some water and get ready for the next one. We can't wait to see you. Keep moving.